Well, it seems that I had to talk to you from the dark side, the Sith side of the room. We have to talk about a certain someone leaving the Force. Order 66 has been initiated. Sony should be going full third party. Everything is proceeding according to plan. You will become an app. Kong won't survive. I have prophesied this, and we will get into the departure of the Jedi. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the notification button. So you listen, Bella, listen, Coco. Daddy's doing a video, so you have to wait, Mama. This is very important. You see, I was told when Xbox games come to the PlayStation that they will run better. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And I was like, man, shut up. It makes no sense. But guess what happened? Pentiment showed up running at 120 hertz. Now, y'all know your TCL televisions can't do 120 hertz. You know damn well y'all had to hear about it from some journalist from someplace else that saw it marked on the box and y'all ran with it. Oh, it's running better, King. Oh, you can't take advantage of it anyway. I can. You can't. So you need to stop the cap, man. Stop the cap on these PlayStation fans going at 120 hertz and Pentiment. Y'all didn't even buy the game. But a patch is coming to fix it. And I got to call Microsoft to the front of the congregation here. I got to call Microsoft in front of the front line. Microsoft needs to know. That's something that cannot happen. You know, I'm sorry. I don't care if you thought it didn't matter. Obviously, you realize it matters a lot right now. So, next time, let's get it together. Let's get it better. Pentiment patch inbound to be on 120 hertz for us. Now, this next topic is very near and dear to my heart. Trust me, I get a chance to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, where I want to do it at. But before I get to that, let's give you our sponsor today. Our sponsor today is XboxGamerPicks.com, where the only limitation is your imagination. Imagine this, if you will. You cannot stand your gamer pick, and you think that is absolute trash. Well, go to XboxGamerPicks.com, where my boy Graphic Guard will hook you up with your best new gamer pick. You're going to love it. Now remember, the only limitations is your imagination. Go to XboxGamerPick.com and tell them the King sent you. Now, I had this thing here. It's PlayStation VR 2. A little dusty. I like it. I like the device. I like it a lot. I like the device. But the problem with the device, I can't get a chance to play Half-Life Alyx. AAA titles just aren't really there, man. Like, they're coming up short. So Sony said, yo, you know what? Enough of that. We're losing money all across the boards. Our numbers is down. Yo, we got to go full third party. We got to put our hardware wherever they can play it. Whatever, man. Whoever want to use it, man. Full third party. This is the best third party usage of Sony's capabilities. And I must say, I am ecstatic. I'm hugely ecstatic to jump into my Steam library and say, yo, what up, Sony? I got the VR of choice that I want to use, where I want to use it, how I want to use it. Is my money, and I should not need a PlayStation 5 to game how I want to game. And Sony heard me and said, you know what? We're full third party, King. And you can take your VR wherever you want. While we get these drivers and stuff ready, you just sit tight. Nah, Steam said, hold my beer. And Ivory's been working on this for like a year already. They already got a head start. So it's full steam ahead. Ha! See what I did right there? Full steam ahead. And getting this to work with my PC in Steam. Now I know you dudes don't want to do it, but y'all didn't support it anyway. But the King supports, because the King is a gamer. Unlike you dudes who like the game on X, formerly known as Twitter. Thanks, Elon. You got these dudes to play on X, whether they like it or not. But I'm going to play on the PC with my PlayStation VR 2. And I appreciate Sony being full third party. It happened faster than I thought. Wow, who would have thought? Sony went full third party with hardware. You guys are magnificent, and it all took what? One bad fiscal period? $10 billion and make you holler. Yeah, get at the boy. Told you, I was right. Khan will die this generation. He's halfway there now. Shout out to you, not believing in me, but I'm 98% right all the time. Hey, go clip that, you sucker. Last and final topic. This topic is Order 66. Now, first and foremost, I want to say that I'm a huge fan of Neil Druckmann, right? He brought me some of my favorite moments in the PlayStation library. This is The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which to me is probably my best game ever. And this year, when the Iron Lords was presenting at the New York City Video Game Awards, I got a chance to meet the great Neil Druckmann. I know it's controversial. I know a lot of people like him, don't like him, whatever. That's your business. Me personally, he is the author of my best game. And I never thought I would have that ability to tell him that. You know, this video game journey has taken me all across the world to meet, see, cover, talk to, and have different conversations with individuals in the gaming community. Everyone from project managers to game designers to everyone, voice actors. It's an incredible ride. And a little known story, like he was being presented the Lifetime Achievement Award. And, you know, when we got there, ran into him, had the conversation with me and him chopping it up. And I told him how I felt about The Last of Us 2 and, you know, the level of emotion it invoked. And we were talking about the emotion of the game. But then separately, come to find out, he's a huge comic book fan. And he goes to Comic Cons all across the world. And we are talking about comics. We're talking about who our favorite artist is. You know, his favorite artist is Frank Miller, you know, from The Dark Knight. And it would make sense because, you know, I did love Frank Miller's work. I loved his work on Daredevil. Shout out to this trade that I just made. XM Studios Daredevil is home in the house, and y'all gonna get a chance to see that soon after I do the super scroll for you members. For you members, y'all gonna get a chance to see that. So, we talked, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Iron Lords." That was bugging to me, like bugged me out. And then, I get word today. Now, we did briefly talk about The Last of Us 3, and I didn't want to know anything. I really never really want to know anything. I like to have conversations with individuals, really not about the industry stuff, unless we're on the show and we have to ask those questions. Other than that, I think you're more than the sum of your work. I think you're an individual that is very diverse. And in his latest interview that he did, and he did it with a rapper named Logic. And I know you're saying like, wow, that's kind of crazy that he did an interview with a rapper named Logic. And some people may know Logic. Some people may not know Logic. Logic is dope. And he said that he don't know how long he'll be doing the AAA gaming scene. And that came as quite a shock because, I didn't know if it was, the recent layoffs with Sony and stuff like that, putting stress on it. But he said it's very stressful managing, all these managers and doing all the stuff in that environment. And, he found different comfort in doing TV shows and stuff like that, being on sets of movies and learning from there. And he's expanding his horizons in different areas. And I'm saying, I always felt that he was an arrow in the quiver of Sony. You knew that a Naughty Dog game was coming out, and if Neil was at the helm of it or involved with it, you knew that game was going to slap. It pains me to even think that, he'll leave. So with that saying, like, I hope he gets a chance to finish The Last of Us 3 before he goes. We know that won't be out this year because, Sony does not have any plans on releasing any first-party titles this year. I heard that he had 2 games that were in development. He is also planned his successor to take over at some point in time, not divulging who that person would be. And I just said, wow, this is truly the end of Kong. Because to me, he's the heart and soul over at Sony. Yeah, I know dudes are going to say Insomniac has been doing a lot of stuff, and I believe Insomniac has held y'all up this whole generation. But we all know when Naughty Dog walks in the room, Naughty Dog, handles their business. Is it the fact that The Last of Us Online got canceled? It's little things like that that make you question what's going on in the background at Sony. And somebody so important to leave lets you know that, Kong will die. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how we do it over here. We will keep the boot on Sony's neck this whole generation until they become an app. And I'm 98% right. And y'all looking at your mortality. But this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, subscribe, and I'm going to throw that logo over there. And I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.